There is a fundamental chaos that defines the human experience, a background noise of anxiety. We live our lives trapped by the oscillations of a wild pendulum, as the consciousness engineer Itzhak Bentov once called it. Your mind is this pendulum, constantly swinging between the shadows of past regrets and the phantoms of future anxieties. It never rests. It swings from elation to despair, from certainty to doubt. And in this chaotic motion, your perception of reality is forged. You are not living. You are merely reacting to the momentum of this swing. We are told to be present. We are told to meditate. But what does that truly mean? You have tried. You have sat in silence, focusing on your breath, attempting to empty your mind. Yet the pendulum only swings harder. The harder you try to stop it, the more violent its arc becomes. The silence never comes. This is the great deception of modern spirituality. You have been taught that meditation is an action, something you must do, that you must fight the chaos, silence the noise, force the stillness. This is the lie that keeps you trapped. The truth is that meditation is not an action, but the recognition of a place. It is not about stopping the pendulum by force. It is about finding the single point in its entire arc where it has no choice but to be still. The very top of the swing? No, that is just a pause before the inevitable fall. The truth lies at the center, a place that exists outside of time, outside of reaction, a place Itzhak Bentov called the still point, a place the ancients called the absolute. Before we unlock the first seal, if you are one of the 2% whose perception is awakening, please click subscribe. It signals to the algorithm that you are ready for this knowledge. Today, we are not learning a wellness technique. We are decoding the forbidden physics of creation. We are learning to find the fulcrum, the master control switch that allows you to stop being a victim of the pendulum and start becoming the architect of its swing. This is the secret to bending reality itself. To understand this technique, you must first understand the man who mapped it. Itzhak Bentov was not a guru. He was not a mystic sitting on a mountaintop. He was a scientist, an inventor, a biomedical engineer who fled the Nazis and became a brilliant mind in the study of consciousness. He did not speak in parables. He spoke in frequencies, amplitudes, and holographic data. He was one of the first to create a scientific model for the holographic universe, the idea that our reality is a projection, a construct of interference patterns. Bentov did not guess, he measured. He studied the subtle vibrations of the human body during meditation, mapping the way the aorta vibrates against the skull, creating a standing wave that resonates with the Earth's own electromagnetic field. He saw the human body not as a collection of flesh, but as a finely tuned instrument, a biocomputer designed to perceive and process the cosmic hologram. He created a model of consciousness that was not philosophical, but physical. This is where his work became dangerous. When you map consciousness as a physical system, you imply two things. First, that consciousness is not random, but follows specific laws. And second, that like any system, it can be engineered. His work on the holographic model caught the attention of the intelligence community, including the CIA, not because they were interested in enlightenment, but because Bentov's work provided a blueprint for the mechanics of perception. Why was this so revolutionary? Because if reality is a hologram, it is not fixed, it is not solid, it is a projection. And every projection has a source. Every system has an operating point, a master control. Bentov's research led him to the inevitable conclusion there must be a state of awareness, a zero point in the human mind from which this entire holographic projection is generated. Finding that point wouldn't just bring you peace, it would give you access to the source code of reality. This is the still point. It is the absolute in his models, the singular point from which all measurement, all duality, all vibration, and all time begins. He wasn't just describing a feeling of peace, he was describing the very nexus of creation, and he left behind the manual for how to find it. Let us be perfectly clear. The still point is not silence. Silence is merely the absence of noise. The still point is the potential for all noise. It is the void before the Big Bang. It is the absolute that Bentov marked on his diagrams, the dimensionless, timeless origin of the entire cosmic hologram. It is the center of the storm, the eye of the hurricane, the single point of perfect equilibrium around which the chaos of the universe spins. When you are on the chaotic pendulum, you are in time. When you find the still point, you are at the nexus of time. In physics, this is the zero-point field. It is not empty space. It is a field of roiling, infinite potential. It is the state where all possibilities exist simultaneously before any observer, you, collapses the wave function and forces one of those possibilities to become real. When you are trapped on the pendulum, you are constantly collapsing reality by accident, reacting to the fears and desires that swing you. You are an unconscious creator, manifesting chaos. Now, consider this. The still point is the mechanism that allows you to collapse the wave function on purpose. It is the fulcrum. When you access it, you stop being the effect of the hologram and become the cause of the hologram. You are no longer just the character in the simulation. You have found the command prompt. You are no longer just the wave tossed around by the ocean. You are the ocean itself, observing its own motion from a place of perfect stillness. This concept is not new. It is the core secret of Hermeticism, the ancient wisdom attributed to Thoth. The first Hermetic principle states, "The all is mind, the universe is mental." Bentov provided the 20th century physics for this ancient law. If the universe is mental, then your mind is the access point. But which part of your mind? Not the wild pendulum of your egoic thoughts. It is the still point, the divine silent observer behind the thoughts. The second Hermetic principle, the principle of vibration, states, "Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates." Thoth taught that the difference between a rock, a plant, and a thought is simply a matter of vibration. This is what Bentov was measuring. He saw the universe as a symphony of frequencies. The still point is the conductor's podium. It is the dimensionless point from which all vibrations originate and to which they all must return. From this point, you are not the vibration, you are orchestrating it. You are not manifesting by bedding the universe for things, you are tuning your own frequency at the source code level to match the reality you wish to experience. The hologram simply reconfigures itself around your new vibrational signature. This is not magic, it is physics. It is the forbidden physics of consciousness. This is why Bentov's model of the pendulum is so profound. The pendulum moves between past and future, right? That is duality. That is the world of good and bad, light and dark, self and other. This duality is the engine of the matrix. It keeps you trapped in judgment, reaction, and conflict. The still point is the only place in your entire consciousness that is non-dual. At the still point, there is no past or future. There's only the eternal now. There is no good or bad. There is only is. There is no you striving for something and a universe that is withholding it. At the still point, the observer and the observed become one. The one thinking and the one watching the thought merge. This is the God particle in your brain, the gateway to the absolute. When you are at the still point, you are no longer a person defined by a name, a history, or a body. You are pure, unadulterated awareness. You are the I am that precedes all definition. And from this state of I am, all things are possible. You are no longer bending reality because you realize
You are the reality that is being bent. This is the ultimate secret. The still point is not something you achieve, it is something you are. It is your natural state. It is not something you build, it is something you uncover. The forbidden meditation is not a set of actions, but a process of subtraction. It is the art of unlearning all the habits, all the reactions, all the programming that pulls you onto the wild pendulum in the first place. You are removing the noise to hear the signal, and the signal, Bentov found, is a simple cosmic hum, a standing wave that connects your heart, your brain, and the zero-point field of the universe. The still point is the experience of becoming that hum, of becoming that standing wave, and in doing so, becoming the conscious architect of the hologram. Why would a technique so simple, so fundamental, be considered forbidden? It is not forbidden in the way a 2,000-year-old scroll is locked in a vault. It is forbidden in a much more effective way. It is hidden in plain sight. It is obfuscated, diluted, and buried under the crushing complexity of the very systems that are meant to liberate you. Think about it. The New Age industry sells you complex rituals, expensive crystals, 30-day manifestation challenges, and guided meditations that are anything but silent. They are designed to keep the pendulum swinging. They keep you focused on getting something, achieving a result, forcing an outcome. This keeps you in a state of striving, of wanting, which is the pendulum's favorite food. A wanting mind is, by definition, not at the still point. The academic and scientific establishments dismiss this work. They study the effects of meditation on brainwaves, the shadows on the cave wall, but they refuse to investigate the source of the light. To admit that consciousness is the cause of reality and not just an accidental byproduct of brain chemistry would dismantle the entire materialist paradigm upon which our modern world is built. It would invalidate their authority as the sole arbiters of truth. Now consider this. The systems of control, media, politics, finance, are not just systems. They are frequency generators. They are designed for one purpose, to keep your pendulum swinging wildly. They broadcast fear to swing you one way, and then they broadcast hollow promises of security or pleasure to swing you the other. They create the problem, fear, and sell you the reaction, outrage, desire. As long as you are swinging, you are predictable, you are manageable, you are a battery powering their matrix. The still point is the ultimate act of rebellion. An individual who has found their still point is sovereign. They are no longer susceptible to the frequency of fear. They cannot be manipulated by manufactured outrage. They are not consumers of a pre-packaged reality. They are the architects of their own. They have unplugged from the sound matrix that dictates their emotions and have found the internal, silent signal of the Absolute. This is why the knowledge is forbidden. It is not hidden from you, it is hidden inside you, beneath layers of programming, distraction, and noise. The establishment does not need to build walls to keep you out of the temple. It simply needs to ensure you never realize that you are the temple, you are the priest, and you hold the key. The still point is that key. It is the master key that unlocks the God code hidden within your own consciousness. Here is the paradox. Here is the precise point where 99% of seekers fail. They hear this knowledge and they begin to try to find the still point. They try to stop their thoughts. They try to be still. They try to meditate. And in the very act of trying, they have engaged the pendulum. Trying is effort. Effort is movement. Effort is the ego's attempt to force a result. It is the pendulum swinging, convinced that this time, with this swing, it will finally find peace. You cannot try to be still. That is like trying to be gravity. You simply are. The still point is not a goal to be achieved. It is your fundamental nature to be uncovered. The act of trying is what is covering it. The spiritual ego loves this trap. It loves to meditate for an hour and then feel proud of itself. It loves to struggle against its thoughts, believing this struggle is a noble path. But this is just the pendulum congratulating itself on its own motion. As long as you are trying to get there, you are reinforcing the belief that you are here, a place of chaos, and not there, a place of peace. This creates duality. This is the pendulum. Bentov understood this. His model shows that you cannot force the pendulum to stop at its center. Any force you apply simply becomes part of its next swing. And as we explore this mechanism, I want to take a moment to thank you for being part of this decoding. This channel is not for passive viewers. It is for active architects of reality. If this knowledge resonates with you, you are already demonstrating a frequency that is rising above the noise. This work is only possible because of this community of sovereign minds. We are in this together, and I am grateful to be on this journey with you. The solution Bentov's work implies is not effort, but awareness. It is not force, but observation. You do not fight the pendulum, you do not push it, you do not hate it. You simply watch it. You become the detached, neutral observer. You observe its swings from a place of utter non-judgment. And in the light of pure, unattached awareness, the pendulum, no longer fed by the energy of your reaction, begins to slow. It swings less and less wildly, and eventually, left to its own devices, it naturally, inevitably, comes to rest at its one true point of equilibrium, the still point.
This is not a ritual. This is a recalibration. This is the practical, engineering-based approach to accessing the command prompt of the universe. We will now integrate Bentov's science with the core wisdom of Thoth. This is the Hermetic art of finding the fulcrum of Hermes, the point where mind and vibration become one. First, step 1, the setup, establishing the field. Do not sit like a traditional monk, unless that is your practice. Bentov's method is more practical. Sit comfortably in a chair, feet flat on the floor, spine straight but not rigid. You are creating a physical antenna. Close your eyes. Do not ask for silence. Instead, listen for the cosmic hum Bentov described. Feel the subtle vibration of your own body. Feel the pulse in your fingertips, the thrum of your aorta. You are tuning your receiver to the background frequency of the universe. Then, step 2, the observation, the detached watcher. This is the crucial step. Thoughts will arise, the pendulum will swing. Your job is not to stop it. Your job is to watch it. Thoth taught the principle of mentalism. The all is mind. You are not your thoughts. You are the mind that perceives them. See your thoughts as clouds passing in the sky. You are the sky, vast, empty, and unaffected. Do not cling to the good thoughts. Do not fight the bad thoughts. Simply label them, thinking, and let them pass. Then, step 3, finding the fulcrum, the sacred pause. As you watch, you will begin to notice something extraordinary. Between the end of one thought and the beginning of the next, there is a space, a gap. It may only be a microsecond. This is the still point. This is the fulcrum of Hermes. It is the pause between breaths, the silence between musical notes.
It is the 0 point where the pendulum momentarily hangs in perfect balance before it must swing again. Do not chase this gap. Do not try to make it longer. This is the trap of trying from step 5. Your only job is to recognize it. Ah, there it is. That is all. This recognition, this simple, non-judgmental awareness is the key. You are teaching your brain to find the off switch, to find the master control. You are becoming aware of the awareness itself. Then, step 4, the anchor, the gentle return. The pendulum will swing again. A noise, an itch, a memory. It will pull you back into thought. This is not a failure. This is the practice. The moment you realize you are lost in thought, you are back. That realization is the still point calling to you. Do not judge yourself. Do not get frustrated. That is just the pendulum swinging again. Simply, gently, and without any effort, return your awareness to the still point, to that gap between thoughts. This is the entire practice. It is a meditation of 1,000 returns. Every time you return to the gap, you are strengthening that neural pathway. You are carving a new channel in your consciousness. You are teaching yourself, on a physical level, how to move from being the effect, the pendulum, to being the cause, the fulcrum. Finally, step 5, the broadcast, architecting the hologram. This is the forbidden part. Once you are adept at finding and resting in the still point, even for a few seconds, you can use it to bend reality. From this point of absolute stillness and potential, you do not ask for what you want. You do not visualize a complex scene. This is effort. Instead, you hold a single pure feeling, the feeling of what you wish to create. Want abundance? Feel the feeling of security and flow. Want healing? Feel the feeling of wholeness. Hold this feeling not as a want, but as a fact. You are broadcasting this feeling, this frequency, directly from the 0 point field. You are not sending a request. You are issuing a command. You are tuning your vibration at the source and allowing the holographic universe, by its very nature, to rearrange itself to match the signal you are transmitting from the still point. This is the true meaning of as above, so below.
The still point is not a destination you visit once a day on a meditation cushion. It is a state of being you learn to inhabit. It is the Hatgu Chua, God particle, activated within your own consciousness. When you learn to operate from this fulcrum, you fundamentally change your relationship with reality. You are no longer tossed about by the waves of circumstance. You are the silent center of your own universe. This is how you escape the karmic contracts that Thoth described. A karmic contract relies on reaction. It requires you to participate in the drama, to swing the pendulum of right and wrong, victim and aggressor. When you anchor yourself in the still point, you are no longer a participant in that drama. You are an observer. You have withdrawn your energy from the game. The contract becomes null and void because one of an essential player, the reactive you, has left the stage. You are no longer a victim of the hologram, you are the architect. You are no longer a slave to the pendulum, you are the master of its swing, because you have found the one place it cannot move. You have found the center. You have found yourself. This is the true power, not the power to control the world, but the power to create your experience of it from the inside out. We have come full circle, back to the wild pendulum. It will always be there. The world will continue to broadcast its frequencies of chaos and fear. The nature of duality is to swing. This is the design of the hologram, but you will no longer be its prisoner. You now have the map. You have the forbidden technique. You know the secret is not to fight the pendulum, but to find the still point within.
This is not the end of your meditation practice. It is the true beginning of your life as a conscious creator. The still point is your birthright. It is the silent, powerful, infinite center from which your entire reality is projected. Bentov's gift was not just a model of consciousness. It was a key to liberation. The question is no longer if you can bend reality. The question is, from this point of stillness, what will you choose to create?